This is a Komondor, and this is the laminate that's called Komondor. And today we're taking a close look at how this holds up against this. We're diving below the surface into Shaw's Komondor laminate. Let's get into it. Komondor is a stylish, stunning laminate featuring the timeless beauty of white oak, complete with ultra-realistic wood visuals in 8 different colors. But how do these visuals hold up against the wear and tear of a busy and active home? Let's find out. First, we ran the impact test. This test involves us dropping a heavy object, in this case this wrench, onto the floor to see if it leaves any dents behind. We dropped it 5 times, and after checking under the studio lights, we found that 2 of the 5 attempts did cause minor denting. This is likely due to the angle at which the wrench landed. When an object lands, the severity of a dent is determined by the angle of impact. That being said, it is recommended that you use protective or preventative measures to reduce the risk of denting your floors. These include using felt pads or furniture coasters on the legs of chairs, and removing shoes like cleats or heels when entering the home. Additionally, large area rugs or runners in high-risk areas can help reduce the risk of accidental dents. That should keep your floors looking great for years to come. Next, we ran the scratch test. As Komondor bills itself as a pet-friendly floor, it is very important to ensure that it will hold up against a cat's claws or a dog's nails. We took my house keys and tried to scratch the planks, but despite our best efforts, there was no sign of any damage. It's safe to say that Komondor can handle any scratch risk that a pet might bring into your home. So we can confidently say that Komondor's scratch resistance claims are 100% true. Now for our third test, the scuff test. This is a newer test that we've been trying over the last few episodes. I took off my shoe and used it to try and scuff up the floors. Scuffing is very easy to accomplish on many floors, especially if you wear shoes indoors. Once again, there was no sign of any damage. No marks were left on the surface of the floor, so we can confidently say that Komondor passed the scuff test. Now we head to more extreme tests, starting with the moisture test. Let's face it, pets are messy, really messy. Whether your cat decided to bat your coffee cup off the table, your dog slobbered water out of the bowl, or even if you just tracked some rain in on your shoes on a rainy day, Komondor claims it can handle it. We poured water onto the surface of the planks and allowed it to sit for 5 minutes. We actually had a little bit of trouble during testing as the table was at an angle, and the water kept trying to run out of the testing area. So that's why you see me trying to keep it in place. But we allowed it to sit for a few minutes on the seam, then wiped it up to see if any had seeped through. We were very happy to see that not a drop had made it into the seams or through to the subfloor. And now finally, for the stain test. We poured red wine directly onto the surface of these planks and allowed it to sit for a moment. We wiped up the wine and were pleasantly surprised. No stains, residue, or any sign that wine had been there at all. So safe to say that Komondor passed the stain test. Once again, this is no big surprise. Komondor is designed to withstand the stress and mess that comes with a pet-friendly home. And that includes tough stains, be them from red wine or a more unpleasant accident. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video and found this information helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments section. We'll do our best to answer them. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell for more product testing and product reviews. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.